In the heart of Renaissance Florence, a man named Niccolò Machiavelli penned a guide that would echo through the corridors of power for centuries. His work, The Prince, was not a moral compass but a political roadmap, a stark look at what it truly takes to gain and maintain power. Today we're diving deep into the Machiavellian mind to distill 21 laws of power that are as relevant now as they were 500 years ago. This isn't about being good or evil. It's about understanding the raw, unfiltered mechanics of influence. Law 1. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Love is held by a chain of obligation which, since men are wretched creatures, is broken on every occasion for their own profit. But fear is held by a dread of punishment, which never fails. A leader who relies solely on affection will find their support wavers when times get tough. Fear, however, commands a more consistent form of respect and obedience. Law 2. The ends justify the means. Machiavelli argued that a ruler's primary duty is the security and stability of the state. If achieving that stability requires actions that might be considered cruel or deceitful, then so be it. The success of the outcome is the ultimate judge of the actions taken. Law 3. Appear virtuous, even if you are not. Public perception is everything. A leader should cultivate an image of mercy, faith, integrity, and religion. People judge more by what they see than by what they feel. While it's difficult to possess all these qualities, it is essential to appear to have them. Law 4. Crush your enemies completely. If you must injure someone, do it in such a way that you do not have to fear their revenge. Minor injuries leave an enemy wounded, but still capable of striking back. A decisive, overwhelming blow ensures they can never rise against you again. Law 5. Learn to be deceitful. The world of politics is filled with traps and snares. A prince who is always honest and straightforward will inevitably be outmaneuvered by those who are not. To survive, one must know how to be a great pretender and dissembler. Law 6. Avoid being hated or despised. While being feared is useful, being hated is dangerous. Hatred breeds conspiracies and rebellion. A ruler avoids hatred by not seizing the property or whim of his subjects. As long as you leave people their possessions and their honor, they will be content. Law 7. Use cruelty wisely and swiftly. If cruelties are necessary, they should be inflicted all at once. This way, the pain is felt for a shorter time and is less likely to fester into long-term resentment. Benefits, on the other hand, should be given out little by little, so they may be better appreciated. Law 8. A prince must have no other objective or thought than war. The art of war is the primary discipline of a ruler. It is so powerful that it not only maintains those who are born princes, but can also elevate private citizens to that rank. A leader unfamiliar with war will lose their state. Law 9. Be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. A ruler cannot rely on strength alone. They must be cunning like a fox to spot the snares laid by their enemies, and ferocious like a lion to defend against direct attacks. A balance of both cunning and force is essential for survival. Law 10. Emulate the great. A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men, and to imitate those who have been supreme. Even if your own ability does not match theirs, you will at least catch some of their spirit. By studying history's most successful leaders, you learn their strategies and avoid their mistakes. Law 11. Let your actions build a reputation for greatness. Every action a leader takes should contribute to their image of being a great and remarkable man. Grand gestures, decisive victories, and displays of exceptional talent capture the imagination of the people and build a powerful legacy. Law 12. Keep people busy with festivals and spectacles. To keep the populace occupied and prevent them from plotting, a wise ruler should entertain them with public celebrations and shows. These distractions keep their minds off political matters and foster a sense of goodwill and unity. Law 13. Do not rely on mercenaries or allies. Mercenary troops are useless and dangerous. They are disunited, ambitious, and without discipline. Allies are just as perilous. If they win, you are in their power. A prince should always rely on his own forces, composed of his own citizens. Law 14. Understand human nature. Machiavelli had a cynical view of humanity, believing people are generally ungrateful, fickle, and greedy. A leader must operate with this understanding, not with an idealized vision of how people should be. This realism allows for more effective governance. Law 15. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. A leader is judged by the quality of their advisors. Surrounding yourself with competent, loyal, and honest ministers reflects well on your judgment. Choosing sycophants and flatterers signals weakness. Laws 16. A prince should show his esteem for talent. Encourage skilled individuals in every field, and honor those who are excellent in their craft. By rewarding talent, you attract the best minds to your state, which in turn strengthens it and fosters innovation and prosperity. Law 17. Adapt to the times. Fortune is like a woman. If you wish to control her, you must treat her roughly. Machiavelli believed that fortune favors the bold and adaptable. A ruler who is rigid and unchanging will be swept away by the shifting tides of circumstance. Success belongs to those who can change their approach as the situation demands. Law 18. Avoid flatterers by showing that the truth does not offend you. Flattery is a plague and cause because people are so self-absorbed. The only way to guard against it is to let people know that you are not offended by the truth. However, you must also be careful not to let everyone speak their mind freely, as this can lead to a lack of respect. Choose wise advisors and give them the freedom to speak honestly. Law 19. He who builds on the people builds on mud. While a prince needs the people's support, he should never be completely dependent on it. Public opinion is fickle. The foundation of a state must be built on solid laws, a strong army, and the leader's own virtue and ability, not the shifting sands of popular favor. Law 20. Take a side. A prince gains esteem by being a true friend or a true enemy. Neutrality is rarely a good policy. In a conflict between two neighboring powers, choosing a side and fighting decisively earns you respect and a potential ally. The neutral party is often despised by the victor and abandoned by the loser. And finally, Law 21. The desire to acquire is truly a very natural and common thing. Machiavelli recognized that ambition is a fundamental human drive. A ruler should understand this, both in themselves and in others. Channeling this desire for acquisition towards the good of the state, rather than personal greed, is the mark of a great leader. From the Medici court to the modern boardroom, these principles continue to shape the strategies of those who seek power. They are a timeless, if unsettling, reflection of human condition and the eternal struggle for influence. To understand Machiavelli is to understand a fundamental aspect of our world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the laws of power. If you found this exploration of history and strategy compelling, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the minds that shaped our world. See you next time.